Joe Biden made a statement about how we are all doing this thing, how we must do this. We are doing this. And I noticed something really interesting. I said, that's fascinating because the red states aren't doing this. Only the blue states are. So when Joe Biden addresses the nation and says what we are doing, he's explicitly saying, I am not talking to you Republicans. And when he does this, it's the exact same message.
It's actually a Maoist, or it harkens back to Maoism. When Mao would talk about the communists, he would talk about their democracy, and he would talk about the Chinese people and stuff, but he was only talking about people that shared his political perspective. James Lindsay has a great, and I know I bring up James Lindsay a lot, but James Lindsay has a great podcast on this that goes through one of Mao's speeches and actually compares it to one of Joe Biden's speeches. And I will find it and post it on my Twitter account. But it's what they do. They constantly, they exclude intentionally with language that sounds inclusive, but essentially if you are not thought of as, or if you're not in their in-group, you're thought of as not a whole person. That's one of the things that Mao said. If you weren't a communist, you didn't have a soul. They really looked at it like almost a spiritual thing. So it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't do anything that he said he was going to do when it comes to trying to bring the U.S. together. So
reminds me of like when they said "not my president," but like an inversion of that, like "not my people."
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
I like when I talk to children in particular, I say, what form of government we're in? They say pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands. Right there in the Pledge of Allegiance. And when these liberals come up and say democracy and ignore that we're a republic with constitutional laws and rights, it's as if they think they can just, whatever they feel like, make it the law. Even if it totally tramples your rights as an individual, your freedoms. And it's not our government.
I think that I think that the attempts to adjust language and meanings of words is actually, or what it boils down to, is an attempt to circumvent the law. Because if they can convince you that the words contained in a piece of legislation don't mean what they plainly mean, what you would plainly understand them to mean, then the whole meaning of the law changes. That's one of the things, again, that you hear land dedications often, and those should be completely and totally off limits, because what it does is it plants the seed of illegitimacy of the United States. That means that the land that you're on, whoever owns it, they acquired it illegitimately. That means that the government can take it because you're not protected by the Fourth Amendment for illegitimately acquired lands. And those kind of twisting of meanings is what the left does constantly. They've been doing it. And if people want to argue and say, no, right now we are literally in the United States arguing over what a woman is.
They Democrats, the corporate press, they're very good at controlling the debate itself. And pulling you away from arguing about what you want into arguing on their terms. So instead of arguing why we should get rid of gun control, we're arguing to what degree we accept gun control. And to be fair, it is Republicans in the past who have been in favor of gun control too.
Yes.
But where we are now, the people who claim that we're a democracy are the people who think that they can simply get together, and if there are more of them than you, they can decide to vote and you no longer have rights. That's not how a republic works. A democracy is two wolves and a lamb deciding what's for lunch. A republic is a well-armed lamb contesting the vote. That's, I believe, I'm probably not getting it absolutely correctly, but I believe Benjamin Franklin said that. That's the point. The wolves can vote whatever they want. Yeah. You have a right to live. They can't just vote to eat you.
Yeah.
But the way these people view it is, look, there's a reason why Joe Biden is unambiguous. He is facilitating illegal immigration into this country on a mass scale, colluding with human traffickers, and his administration explicitly smuggling children in the dead of night on these planes, and faster and more than ever. And it's because their mentality is, if the population of a country doesn't agree with you, import a different one.